Gorgeous.
Plekje. Oh, hij is los.
Oh.
En two. Shilas, hou eens op nu. Heel klaar nu. Raak. Meisje. Hey meisje.
Sorry, kijk dan. Waarom is het zo random?
Hey. Hallo allemaal en welkom bij alweer een nieuwe video. First of all, I want to thank you for the response on my video that I'm training flip without my hands. It was very cool to read all of your comments and I tried to reply to as many of you as possible because, well, everybody asked me if I could do it with Shilas too. Shilas. Red is annoying. Ah. Hey. Meisje. Meisje.
Shilas.
Meisje. Oh,
Kijk.
kijk hoe lief dat. Reden. Oh, is wat een lief ding. I never understand why she does this.
It's a cuddly horse.
So everybody asked me if I could do the working without my hands with Shilas too. And today we are going to try it, so let's see how it will go. Shilas is a lot more dominant and a lot less forgiving. So when Flip doesn't understand my cues without my hands, Flip is very forgiving and he waits for me to know my own answer or to know how to ask it of him. But Shilas will probably be like, okay, you don't understand it right away. You know what, just do it by yourself. Because he kind of demands that I ask it the right way immediately because we've always been very clear with each other, and I think me without my hands working with Shilas is going to be a little bit more difficult than Flip. I think with Shilas I use more of my hands, but let's see. I know Shilas, and Shilas can be a huge clown, so I think this is going to be funny. This is going to be a lot of question marks. But I think in the end we'll be fine. It's just I always use my hands. We'll just see how it will go.
Yes, now brush, woman.
Oh god.
Hi, Shilas. Wat goed. Oh, wat goed, Shilas. We are trying to get my mom's horse away, but Shilas, you're already beginning. Goed zo. Oh, goed zo.
That was a little bit of a challenge. The horses are very excited and energetic because it's kind of cold. And the arena is still wet, so let's see what Shilas will do. He doesn't really like the water. Great sound effect. I like the water and I can feel that he's super excited and ready to like jump and buck and everything. So I think we picked the right day to challenge myself. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Shilas. Shilas. Shilas.
Ga weg.
Come on, Shilas. So the only time I use my hands is when I reward him or cuddle him, just like with Flip. The rest of the time I hold the hands behind my back. It's already happening. Kom. Voetje. 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 Ja, bijna. Voetje. Goed. Goed. Ja, goed. Oké. Goed. Goed. Goed, Shilas. So I already realized that I use my hands for this. Voetje. Kom. Ja, goed zo. Goed. Alvast. Goed zo. Okay, that was difficult.
Yeah.
Voet. 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 Ja, goed zo. Shilas. Terug. 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 Goed zo. So as you can see, Shilas' pee-pee is coming out, his magic wand. And he always does this when he is happy and very excited and just happy to do what he's doing. I understand that it might look weird or distract, but it's a good sign. It's a little bit different. But a lot of geldings do it, and he does it too, so be gentle to him. Down. Oh. So used to using my hands. Down, 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 down. Silas? Down. Ja, Tuma. Ja! Noos hem, hou op. Ja. Goed zo, Silas. Goed gedaan. Kus. Oh, goed zo. Bravo. Oh, oh, plat. Oh, 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 oh. It's so difficult. Goed zo. Oh. Hey. I noticed that because Silas is so dominant and so not patient at all, that I tend to use my hands a little bit quicker than with flick.
He's thirsty.
Kom. Oh. Hier. Hier. Yeah. So weird to not like activate him with my hands. Kom. Pas. Pas. Okay. Pas. Yeah. Okay, I really have to practice that. That's mooi hoor, Silas. I want to do the Spanish walk, but I don't know how. Oh, that's it. Oh, bravo. Is bravo. So you can already tell by his face that he's not really liking this because it's very
Getting
unclear to him.
confused, yeah. He gets confused, huh?
Yeah. So, and also with him, I feel because he's a little bit more dominant, it's also more safe to have your hands or a whip to sometimes show your boundaries. Not that he's dangerous, but he's very big. See, let's come on.
He's thinking, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, he doesn't like it. Come
No.
on. Good so.
He thinks it's very strange.
Ja, goed zo! Not too far, Silas. Ja, buig. Oh, compliment. Ja, goed zo!
That went well.
Oh, he's like, oh my god, decide! Compliment. Compliment. Ja, ja, compliment. Kom. Ja, compliment. Compliment. Tuma, tuma, tuma. Ja, goed zo!
Kijk dan, hij doet het alleen. Goed zo, Shilas. Goed zo, Shilas. Heel braaf. Hij deed hem alleen. Oh, he doesn't need anything.
So this is easier for him without hands because he's just standing still. But like giving the jambet is so... Oh no! Doing the jambet is so difficult. I never realized how much I use my hands. My god. Silas. Terug. Nee. Terug. Ja. Terug. Goed. Schaam je. Goed zo. Shame on you. Goed zo. Shame on you. Goed zo. So I was asking him to go like this, like he's ashamed. Shame on you. Silas. Schaam je. Smile. Lachen. Yeah, I always go like this, but now it's like... Oh. Ha. Everything's happening at once. Ha. 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 Zo. Ha. Zo. Ah, Silas, I'm sorry. You're part of this experiment. Kus! Kus! Oh, kus, kus! Ja, braaf! That's great! Thank you! Goed zo, jongen. Braaf! Kom maar! Kom, Silas! Oh, Letten. Oh, careful. Voet, voet, voet. Ja, ja, goed zo. Goed gedaan. Andere kant. Pas. Ja, pas, voet. Voet. Voet.
Oh.
Mooi, Shilas. Voetje. Nee, voetje. Ja, voetje. Oh my god. Is goed voor jou. You do a good job, Shilas. Oh, I love you. His face is like...
Yeah. Question mark.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Ja, oh, it's... Voet. Voet.
Lift your leg, maybe.
Yeah, I'm doing it the whole time, woman.
No, lift it more.
Ja, voet, voet, Shilas. Let op. Let op, Shilas. Passage. Ja, die was mooi. A little in-between information. I am not really enjoying this, and Shilas isn't really enjoying this. Because he is so dominant and big and he doesn't really give a... I do really need my hands, and I do really need some sort of a whip. Not to hit him, but to show the boundaries. Yes, we can do it without a whip, but do I feel safe, and does he feel happy, and does he feel excited to do it? Not really. I feel like he's more like, what are you doing? Why are you not being clear to me? And he immediately is trying to push the boundaries by getting into my space, pushing me or biting a little bit. And I don't mind that he goes like this sometimes, because he's obviously trying to tell me something. But what I felt with Flip was like joy, like, oh my god. And now I feel more not frustrated, but I feel bad towards Shilas, because I can tell that he was very excited to play with me, and now he's more like into his own world, and he's never in his own world. So I will try to see if I can make this a little bit more positive for him, as in doing things that he really understands. And then I think it's best to just close it off, just because it's not really clear anymore. And I want him to have fun. For me it's all fine, but I also feel like, yeah, okay, we tried it, it was a good challenge, but I learned a lot, but it's not the way for Shilas and me. Down, down, oh shit, down, 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 yeah, goed zo! Okay, I used my hands there for 1 second, but I corrected myself. Goed zo, Shilas. Ja, gaat goed hoor. Is niet leuk hè, ben je zo enthousiast? You're so excited, and then I'm unable to talk to you. Oh, zachtjes. Goed, zit. Mooi, Shilas. Hoor, hoor. Ja, goed zo. Ah, schatje. Kom maar. Goed zo, Shilas. Goed zo, Shilas. You are also very, very dominant. It's just funny because I take away one of the boundaries and immediately he's like, ah, that's great. And I've been working with him for 13 years. And even after 13 years, as the second something changes, he's like, okay, I must establish my position.
Always.
But I'm exactly the same. So Shilas really is, Shilas is the most difficult horse I ever worked with, because he is really a mirror to me. I am not patient, he's not really patient. I want to have clarity right away. He wants to have clarity right away. If somebody is like, yeah, I don't know, let me think, then I'm like, oh my god, just figure it out. And he's also exactly the same. So I feel like I'm working with myself in horse form and male. Oh, I love you, Shilas. So this has been a good challenge for me. Maybe it didn't go as planned, but I did learn a lot, and it was really... Oh, I love you, schat. And it was really confronting, because I just feel bad, because he was so excited to play, and then I give him this, and he's like, excuse me. Oh, Shilas. I feel like I have to close this off. I have to close this off with my hands, okay?
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's a good idea.
Because if I stop now, when he feels like this,
He's kind of frustrated.
Yeah, he's very, and I'm frustrated too. So let's, Silas, yeah, yeah,
Go
Silas,
have fun.
Silas, come.
Yep.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Kijk eens. Zo, Silas. So, a short recap. I really enjoyed this challenge, even though it didn't go how it would usually go. I was already aware of that. In the beginning, I also said I think this is going to be more of a challenge because I use my hands with Silas way more, and I feel like I have to use my hands way more because he is so dominant. He's intense. If he sees one opening to maybe expand the boundaries, he will. Even after 13 years, it's just his personality has always been challenging. A challenge for me. And now, after all these years, Silas, come on. Yeah, but it's because of his personality that he's the best mentor I think I can have. I'm impatient. I can get frustrated really quickly. I want clarity all the time. I don't want things to take too long because then I'm like, peace, I'm out. And he's the same way. And in the beginning, it was, oh my God, you remember, Mom? Like in the beginning, the first 2 years, I wouldn't say he hated me, but we didn't click. And I have fallen off him, I think, over 30 times. Also my fault, of course. Oh my God. And now when I take away my hands, and when I take away the number one tool I use to correct him, and I mean by correcting, not punishing, by correcting I mean a little tap against the cheek to tell him, don't you dare. And then I'm friendly again. So with him it's really a lot of like, yeah, goed zo. I cannot work with him when the dog is running, when the wind is like blowing, when the camera's in my face, and I'm not allowed to use my hands. Like the dog and the wind and the camera's fine, but this was really difficult for me. This might need some work, but I also understand that this is Silas and this is me. And what works best for us is when I use my hands and my voice and sometimes a whip and my body language. Again, the whip is not to hit him, it's just as an extension of my arm and to sometimes show my boundaries. Because you saw Silas, my hands were gone, so my circle went from this to this, and he was like, oh, that's cool, I can just run in your neck. When Flip decides to jump in my neck, so much personality in this horse, it's almost a human. But when Silas decides to jump in your neck, he's in your neck and he's 600 kilos. Like, I might work out, but this is too much for me. And he's still doing tricks. The reason that he does it now is because he's unsatisfied, and his desire to play with me and to have fun with me is not yet fulfilled. Sounds very weird, but yeah, I understand. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. My lesson that I learned with Silas today was every horse needs something different. For Flip, it was fine to, yeah, you're great. For Flip, it was fine to take away my hands because Flip is like, for Silas, tricks are fun. For Flip, tricks are his work, his life dedication. If Flip cannot perform a trick well, he will get so displeased with himself that he will do it again and again and again to please you. And Silas is like, if you are not able to guide me and lead me and help me there where I need you a little bit, you will just get frustrated and run or buck. Flip is more like, oh my god, I want to please you, I want to do it right. And Silas is just like, oh my god, I'll fix it myself. Yeah.
Like that.
Can't be more clear. We just continue. God, we just continue the way that we have been working for 13 years. For me, it's not a problem that I have to use my hands. I like using my hands. I like using my voice. I like using my body language. I feel like we've learned a lot. I most definitely learned a lot about myself. Because I feel like I'm looking at myself now in the form of a 19-year-old halfling gelding. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and most of all I hope you learned a little bit from my vision, my horse, and what happened in the video. If you have any questions or any suggestions for a new video, leave it down in the comments below. Don't forget to turn on your notifications, the little bell in the corner of this video. And then I'm excited to make my next video. Thank you very much for watching en tot de volgende keer. Doei! Een kissie! Een kissie! Doeg!